Hi friends, thanks for watching this video. This is going to be the third video in the series of our curriculum term picks, as well as kind of like a term in review. So we just finished term 2 last week. This is our in-between terms week. I'm recording this on Wednesday. I have not changed the board, so don't pay attention to that. We'll just cover it up. It's Wednesday, but I'm not going to be posting it till tomorrow, which is Thursday, so that does not apply. But I did want to tell you, we did finish our second term. We're about to head into our third term. Very excited about it. So I'm going to do a quick rundown of what we covered in the second term, but you can also just pop over here and see that term 2 video as well as the term 1 video. I'll go ahead and link both right up there. I'll also link the playlist at the end because I'm going to make a curriculum picks playlist since I am going to be doing this for every term. I'm going to go ahead and just get started, I guess. I'm more frazzled than I thought I was during this video. So anyways, I wrote down what we're doing for the next term, but like I said, I'm gonna do our term in review really quickly. So let me go grab my planner. All right, so term 2 started on February 6th because we used kind of that first week of February as a planning week. But February 6th was when we started. Nice full week. I actually remembered to record some other stuff outside of regular structured school time, which is really great because sometimes that just doesn't happen. So the basic things that we did, number 1, free devotional. I'll link how you can get that in our caption, but it's basically free to email subscribers. Number 2 is we read The Call of the Wild and we did the rewind. We did the ultimate unit study, Sled Dogs unit study that went along with The Call of the Wild. It was really great. We did the Great Illustrated Classics version. I just can't talk today. The Great Illustrated Classics version. And it was really great. My kids are 6 and 8, and so the Great Illustrated Classics version was a way to get them more involved because they have pictures on like every other page. So it got them really involved in that book. There wasn't quite as much vocabulary as there is in the original Jack London version, and we spread it out a little bit more. I believe there are 25 chapters in the Great Illustrated Classics version. They're short chapters, and in the original Call of the Wild, there's 7 kind of longer chapters. I love the Great Illustrated Classics version. Next time we read it though, we'll probably read the original version. So that was number 2. For their writing, copywork, stuff like that, that was all that was in that Ultimate Unit Study Guide, which is just really nice to have that all in the one place. For science, we did our Unschooling Anatomy Guide, which you can still get either separately for $7 or you can get it lumped in with the new subscriptions for the Unschooling calendar. Again, I'll put all these links in my bio, and like I said, you can watch that last video as well where I really go more in depth about these. Math, we focused mostly on fractions, cooking, graphing. So that's all part of the Unschooling Math in the Kitchen curriculum that's going to be releasing really, really soon here. So you're also going to notice that that's what we're doing for term 3. Other things that we did that were included was the kids did a lot of Yodo audiobook reading. Huge thing. We finished Harry Potter 2 and started Harry Potter 3 as a family. We also finished our Berenstain Bears devotional and then restarted it because we're not quite sure what else we're going to do. But before bed every night, we read the Berenstain Bears devotional and a read aloud. So we finished one, started another one, and then before the term ended, actually, we started Black Beauty, which is really fun. It's a new version. I'll link the version that we're reading in the description. It's really nice. It's really different because it has vocabulary words like all throughout, where you can actually go to the back. It's annotated. You can go to the back and look at the definition while you're reading. So that's a quick overview of how term 2 went. Let's now get into what we're doing for term 3. But I also have been asked some questions on social media that I'm going to try and answer in this video. So first of all, our terms look different this year than they have previously. And that is because since we're using these unschooling calendars as a very large guide, it's just kind of, we're forming all of our studies and our terms around these guides. My kids are actually helping me make the guides. So we're doing them the month before, or generally like 2 or 3 weeks before they're released, so that we can make sure we've vetted all the activities, we've got the appropriate pictures in there. You know, I can really say with my utmost confidence that this is something your kids will like. So that's one of the reasons we're changing up the terms. The other reason is because I like having kind of like a 3 weeks on, 1 week off. And we have done this before. I love it a lot. It fits really well with our history curriculum, with the unschooling, everything like that, because I have a whole calendar of 4 weeks for the unschooling calendars, but we usually do them in 2 to 3 because we like to condense, not drag things out longer than they need to. But 4 weeks is totally good for those too. So that is the reason we've changed our terms, and our terms generally are about 3 weeks on, 1 week off, but it depends on the month. Depends because obviously each month is a different length. So March has 5 weeks, so it was more 4 weeks on, 1 week off. So I go based on the month. January is a term, February is a term, March is a term, April's a term, and we kind of just fit it within those parameters. So since the first week of March has been spent as kind of our prep week and it's our off week, and you can see more about what we do on our off week on my social media accounts, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, I believe all have, kind of the 5 basic things that we do on our off week. We're not just not doing anything, we're just doing less. We don't usually do a lot of math or science on our off week, but we still do a lot of reading, some writing, but it's the majority of it's just a lot of reading and a lot of playing games so that I have time to plan for our next term and kind of just get a feel for what I want us to do the next term. So I haven't set up the planner yet. I'm intending to do that either today or tomorrow. Possibly by the time this video is finished, it'll be set up. And if it is, I'll show you in the video, of course. And in my bullet journal, I went ahead and wrote down sort of the notes on what we're gonna be studying for this term. So I'm gonna quickly go through the subjects and the materials that we're gonna be using for the term, and then I'll show you some of the examples of what we're gonna be doing. And of course, all this is gonna be linked in the description. If you want to do me a favor right now and pause this video, give us a like, a comment, and subscribe to our channel. It helps so much. It's going to help these videos get out there so that I can use these videos to support my family. I'm trying to be able to include as much free content on here as possible so that you guys can feel confident and inspired in your homeschool. So let's get started with that quick list of term 3 resources. All right, so number 1, like always, the free devotionals. The free devotionals for this year are based on the New Testament, but we do have an entire year of Old Testament devotionals. If that's what you wanted to do with your family, it's just whatever you're doing. So every week I'll make a new devotional. Sometimes I make a bunch at once and then kind of just email them out every week. But right now we're reading in the 4 main gospels, and so you'll get a free devotional every week in your email if you sign up as an email subscriber. So that's number 1, is free devotionals. Number 2, for language arts, we are first going to be finishing Black Beauty. Now, because I don't have copywork guides to go along with Black Beauty right now, my kids are helping read Black Beauty. We're talking about the vocabulary and spelling that are in that book, and then for writing, we're actually doing something different. They're doing their trace and write studies. My 6-year-old is doing manuscript and my 8-year-old is doing cursive. She is also writing her own book and unit studies as well as doing some book reports. So those are all included in her language arts. Since my son is only 6, he's actually about to turn 7 next month. He is doing less. He's not expected to do quite as much, and he is focusing mainly on helping read some of the devotionals. He reads in his spare time. He listens to the books that we read, and then he is focusing on perfecting his manuscript letters. He does have some dyslexia, so we're working a little bit slower with him and doing it in a little bit different of a way. If you want to learn more about homeschooling kids with dyslexia and ADHD, I also have other posts about that on my social media. So that is the basics of English language arts, is mainly reading and then doing some writing. Now we're also going to be starting Anne of Green Gables here in, I believe, 2 weeks. The Ultimate Unit Study is coming out with a new guide. So by the time you're watching this, that may already be out. It's being released on March 18th. So then we'll read Anne of Green Gables and do the copywork that's associated with that, as well as like the recipes and crafts and stuff. So that's English language arts in a nutshell. All right, so then for math, I already talked about this a little bit, and I've been talking about this and hinting at it for a few months now, and we're finally almost done. So by the time you're watching this, it might already be done. You can check the description to see if I have a link to this yet. But for math, we're doing Unschooling Math in the Kitchen. We've been doing some of the units already. We've been, at the time of this video, I'm so close to being finished with it. I've been working on this for years, doing little units here and there. But I am trying to make it so that this is a kindergarten through 6th grade, even some preschool. You don't need to do preschool math just by itself, but if you have a preschooler, they can do some of these activities with you as well. So we've been focusing on fractions, graphing. We're going to be doing skip counting, and then this month, specifically this term, we're going to be focusing on 4 operations, which is included in our tea time guides that go along with the math in the kitchen. But generally just a lot of baking, cooking, just trying to use math in a very real world setting. I'm also going to be including some stuff that goes along with grocery shopping and, making shopping lists and stuff like that, because that totally goes along with math in the kitchen. So if you're watching this when this is finished, you can go ahead and just check in the description for all that. But so that's covered math, language arts, and devotional. And then science, like I was talking to you about before, is Unschooling calendar. It covers science, STEAM, which is also STEM, art, history, and I already said science, right? Yeah, so it's got a lot in there. There's reading, there's all kinds of really cool stuff. And for our term, we're studying bugs. That will be out for you guys to use starting on April 1st. So we're going to be using it here in March, and then that'll come out on April 1st. The Unschooling calendar we're promoting for March, however, is animals. So I also had a question for anyone who's made it this far. Would anyone be interested in a membership to our site, which is essentially would be a monthly membership where we release something like a math unit, a science unit, possibly a history unit, and writing, all for like the low price of $10 for a digital download. If you're interested in that, leave a comment, because if I get enough interest, I will do it. That's my style. So that's a basic overview of what we're doing for this month, for this term, which is kind of this month. I am going to go ahead and show you some things that we're working on, and I'll show you a little bit of how the like the unschooling and stuff is going to be like that. But I'm going to finish this video later. However, it will be later to you. 3, 2, 1. All right, so sorry if the background is a little bit loud. I'm canning some chicken broth at the moment. But I'm going to go ahead and just show you quickly a few things just to wrap up the video. So this calendar behind me, we offer in a pack. So it also comes with these traceable calendars. So these they're going to be doing every day. We haven't been doing them this week because we haven't been doing like school. Also, the copywork that I was talking about, the guide is not done yet, and it won't be till next week, so I'll come back and, like link that when it's done. But this is what the copywork itself looks like. So there's a cursive version and a manuscript version. Then there's a like a narration, which sometimes they don't fill out, and sometimes we just talk about. And then a picture they can draw. Now, the other language arts we're focusing on right now is grammar. Mad Libs, I'm telling you. Mad Libs is like the only grammar you need until late elementary. So we have like lots of different kinds of grammar that we're working on with those. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask any questions in the comments or message me, or whatever it is that you want to do. And I'll see you for the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on the notification bell. We're trying to put out 2 videos a week, plus shorts, because we do shorts several times a week. We're trying to go from 1 to 2, and I keep saying we, but it's really just me, just we as a company. But thanks so much for watching. Ask me any questions, recommend any further videos that you need help on, and I'll see you later.